Good evening and welcome to our presentation tonight. I'm so excited to be here with you. My name is Kate Gilbert and I am a PA. I work in psychiatry and have a strong passion for lifestyle medicine as well. I've been in this industry for about a year now. So a little bit about my background. I've been working as a PA for about 7.5 years. If there's any other healthcare workers out there, I would love to know. So go ahead and drop it down in the comments. And if you are joining us, I would also just love to see who invited you here tonight. So please tag them below. I know that they invited you here for a reason and knew that you need to hear this information tonight. So working in healthcare for about 7.5 years, I had been feeling really burned out for a long time and was looking for a way to supplement my income, be able to ultimately cut back to part-time and be home more with my family. I think a lot of us in healthcare really feel that way. Across multiple jobs, I know that there is a struggle with working moms and needing a better balance between home and work. So my mom actually introduced me to this company and network marketing. And invited me to watch a presentation just like this one that you're watching tonight. And honestly, I was a little skeptical at the time. I was like, Mom, what the heck are you doing? No one makes money in network marketing. It's just like one of those things. But I was like, you know what? I'll give it a chance. I'll check it out. And for some reason, that night, I just really loved the products that I saw. I really love the information, and I just decided to say yes and jump in. And I am so grateful I did, because truly it has changed my life. This has just been the most amazing journey for the past year. I love the simple systems that we have that we'll touch on more later in the presentation. And my business really grew from the get-go, but it is especially grew when we launched our new product in October, which we'll also touch on in a little bit. And I have just been so grateful for this opportunity. It's truly changed my life. And so I hope that there's something tonight on here that might, potentially change your life as well. So now, flash forward a year, I have been able to not only cut back to part-time, but I left my job at the healthcare system that I was working for altogether, and I've been able to transition into private practice psychiatry, just to focus more one-on-one with my patients and just provide care for them in the setting that I can, and also be able to focus more of my time on my business as well as being at home with my family. So without further ado, let's get into talking about Trinant. So Trinant is a French term that means to change life. Um, and so a little bit about us. We were founded in 2013, and we have an award-winning record of success. Our mission is to impact 1 billion lives for good in our first 30 years. We also offer innovative, high-impact health products and wealth education for wiser long-term decisions about household finances. And we're in the process of global expansion. So we're in multiple countries already with plans to expand even more. And so we have 3 pillars. And so those are health and wealth and communities. So we offer health and beauty products made to work together to elevate your everyday. We offer wealth education, tools, and support to help you build a wealth legacy and own your financial future. And then I love our sense of community. We love to impact lives both locally where we live as well as across the world. When we travel for different incentive trips, we always make sure to give back to the community where we're visiting. All right, so this is what I really love is our commitment to quality. So we truly have the cleanest products on the market. When I joined, when I first was talking with Jackie, who's going to join us later, I was really grilling her on all of the ingredients and making sure that these products were clean, because if it was something I was going to be supporting as a PA, I wanted to make sure that they were of the highest quality. So most of our products are based on raw whole foods. They're gluten-free, GMO-free, cruelty-free, ethically sourced. They are CGMP certified and independent lab tested. So there are third-party validations to support their use. They're proprietary. We have proprietary formulas and advanced technologies. And plus, we also have a large community with tens of thousands of success stories. So I do want to invite you to join our Ripple Effect group. It's on Facebook, and we have well over 100,000 members now. And so these are people who are loving and sharing their experiences with our products. And there's just so many great stories on there, and people just experiencing major health benefits with our products. So another thing I want to touch on is just the cleanness and the quality of our products. So most are plant-based, with the exception of our collagen. And so there's lots of data and research to show that plant-based diets and plant-based nutrition is the best for preventing long-term illness and chronic diseases. And so that goes along with kind of what I talked about earlier with my passion for lifestyle medicine. So I've done a lot of research into it, and I love that these products go in line with that, being plant-based in nature. Okay, so the first product that I want to touch on tonight is our digestive enzymes. So this is called Enrich, and it's a digestive enzyme blend with stabilized probiotics as well as prebiotics. There are so many people in our country that struggle with gut health issues, such as bloating, diarrhea, constipation, indigestion, discomfort after meals. If you are one of those people, or you know somebody who struggles with these problems, please put a comment, gut, down below. And so what this does is it optimizes digestion, it increases nutrient absorption, and improves comfort after meals. You take it about 10 to 15 minutes before you eat. And that way it has time to start working. I'm going to go to the next slide, and it'll share a little bit about how this works exactly. Okay, so the video isn't going to work. Oh no, but that's okay. So what this does, you can get back with the person who invited you here tonight, and they'll be able to show this video to you. But so what it does is, so the pudding pack represents processed food. And so what we usually do is we open up a couple of the caps of the Enrich, and then we put it into the pudding, and we mix it up, which demonstrates your stomach churning up the food. And then it actually breaks down the pudding, so the processed food. And so this is similar to like any processed foods that you eat. I don't know if you eat much pudding, but this includes like cooked foods or any processed foods. So nothing that is just like raw or whole. But anyway, and so it helps to break down the food and absorb the nutrients or the things that your body needs, and then gets rid of the waste or the stuff that your body doesn't need. And so then the Enrich actually, just in a couple of minutes, will completely break down the pudding into a full liquid form, and then you can dump it right into the cup. So it's a really cool demonstration to watch. Sorry that we couldn't show you tonight, but get back with the person who invited you, and then they can show you the quick video about it. Okay, so where are we at with health today? So different health and wellness trends right now. Everybody is talking about semaglutides. Those are the weight loss injections. They're also indicated for diabetes, sustainable intermittent fasting, sleep recovery, hydration hacking, CBD, and then simple solutions for beauty. So a lot of these issues are things that Trinot can actually address with several of our products that we have. Okay, so I want to touch on and talk about metabolic health. So, what does that mean exactly? So, it means a minimal belly fat, normal blood sugar, normal blood pressure, stabilized appetite and energy, and also being able to be active and using your muscles, bones, and joints with without the use of medications. Okay. So where are we at with metabolic health? We actually are really, really struggling with it in our country and around the globe. So only about 12% of Americans are actually metabolically healthy, according to the University of North Carolina. Childhood weight management issues are expected to rise 60% over the next decade, and 537 million worldwide have glucose issues, according to the IDF Diabetes Atlas. And it's projected to increase even more by 2030 and 2045. Glucose management issues were responsible for 6.7 million deaths in 2021. That's one in every 5 seconds. So sadly, this is just really an epidemic in today's society. There's many things contributing to it. The food industry, we're eating highly processed foods, we get fast food, there's ads promoting just really unhealthy foods nowadays, and unfortunately it's just having a major impact on today's society, and the ways that we eat and the ways that we're fueling our body. um, and from a biological standpoint or a psychological standpoint, kind of thinking in evolutionary terms, our ancestors long ago, when food was pretty scarce, they really craved and wanted foods that were high in fat and high in sugar because they were a quick burst of energy, and then the fat was able to be stored and then used later on. And so now, kind of flash forward, we haven't um, really gotten away from that, and so our brain tells us, like, yes, we want the fat, yes, we want the sugar, but now we live in a society where it's really prevalent and you can get it anywhere, and so now we just typically, or we have a tendency to overindulge in those things if they are readily available for us. um, and so these products are meant to, of course, supplement a healthy lifestyle, and so we want to be working on improving our nutrition and more of like a plant-based or Mediterranean diet, to improve our health. But these supplements are able to help, which we will get to in the next slide. Okay, so where are we at? So, Transform, this was our product that we released in October, and it has sold out several times since. It's really been challenging to keep it on the shelf. Now it's back in stock, and hopefully it stays that way. I think it will. But anyway, so this is actually the first plant enzyme of its kind that converts sugar that you eat into fiber within the digestive tract. And so it's helping so many people support healthy weight loss, stabilize the blood sugar levels, and curb cravings and reduce brain fog. So when sugar spikes in the system, then after meals, there's usually low energy. People are feeling really tired. They, have like a lack of focus. And then as your body uses up the sugar or absorbs it, then it starts to dip. And then when it starts dipping, then your body triggers again. Hey, I want more of that. And so then that's when you get the cravings for the sugar. Some people get hangry, which is truly a real thing. Your mood gets worse because you're wanting that glucose spike again. And so what this is helping people do is to stabilize the blood sugar levels in their system in a natural way. It also is enhanced with a powerful thermogenic, and this helps the body to be able to regulate weight effectively by utilizing your body's fat reserves as a source of energy. So it helps to burn fat. Okay, so this is a great example of how Transform is working in your body. So the first graph that you see there is of a 48-year-old female. She had a meal just like usual, and she was wearing a continuous glucose monitor. And so you can see there that after she ate her meal, her blood sugar spiked. It went up to 169, and then it dropped back down, and then you can just see that it's just kind of bouncing like a ball all over the place throughout the day. And then you can see the next day she ate the same meal, but beforehand she took Transform. So you take it about 30 to 60 minutes before you eat. And then you can see that it actually helped to stabilize her blood sugar. So it didn't peak as high. It's just much more level, and it stayed that way throughout the day. So it helps to prevent the glucose spikes and crashes throughout the day. And so this is really, as people are continuing to take Transform, we're seeing more of like the long-term benefits, people sharing their stories about, how it's helping to stabilize their blood sugar levels. And many have noted that their providers are encouraging use, or they're asking and curious about what people are doing to help with their metabolic health issues. And so it's interesting, these conversations that are coming. Okay, and so then these are some of the before and afters. People are losing weight, and then there is also a big importance for reduced inches in your waistline, and so reduced belly fat. That's actually an indicator, as opposed to carrying fat or weight elsewhere on your body. Right around the waistline is more associated with long-term health issues. And so it's really amazing that this targets specifically the belly fat and weight loss in that area. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about GLP-1, because this is kind of a buzzword that everybody's talking about nowadays. So, what is it exactly? There's a lot of misunderstanding about what it is. And so, it's actually a hormone that is naturally occurring in your body, and it helps to regulate insulin and glucagon. So, I want to touch on what those are specifically and what they do before we talk more about GLP-1. So, insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas by beta cells, which regulates the amount of sugar in the blood. So, it signals the cells to remove glucose from the blood and bring it into the cell so that you can use it. So, essentially, it helps to decrease blood sugar levels. Glucagon is a hormone formed in the pancreas, which promotes the breakdown of glycogen, which are glucose stores, to glucose in the liver. It signals the body that glucose is gone, so glucagon, glucose gone, and the cells need more of it. So essentially, it helps to increase the blood sugar levels. All right, so what does GLP-1 do exactly? So it stimulates insulin secretion, so it helps your body to give more insulin, signifying, hey, we need to get rid of this glucose and move it into the cells. And it also stops glucagon, or the body's signal that you need to increase glucose levels. And so it also has been shown to reduce gastrointestinal motility, which ultimately can make you feel fuller longer. And also reduces food intake or hunger, so that appetite. This is a chart that I found, or a graphic that I found, that talks about more of the benefits of GLP-1. So for the brain, there's some evidence to support that it's neuroprotective, and it helps to reduce appetite, delays gastric emptying, and increases insulin sensitivity. So, the ability for you to use up the blood sugar that you have in your system, and also to reduce the glucagon secretion. Okay, so I know that a lot of people are aware of GLP-1 in a synthetic form, or GLP-1 agonists that people are using nowadays to address metabolic health issues. But what if there was an option that was plant-based or more natural and not a synthetic? So I'm excited to share that actually coming later this month, you guys, we do have an option that will be an all natural, plant based GLP-1 product that targets that hormone. And so there are people who are already using it, testing it out, and loving it. And so I do want to bring on Jackie here in a minute to talk and share her experience about it. But it's really important to share that Transform and our new product, which is called Activate, will work together. And it is the first health system on the market that naturally improves metabolic health. And so we're revolutionizing and really changing health and wellness for people to live healthier lives and just be more successful at it, along with their healthy lifestyle changes that they're already doing. So, all right, I want to bring Jackie on here, and she's going to join me and then share a little bit about your experience with the brand new product.
Yes. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So I know that you can only say so much. You're under an NDA, but can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the new product and the results that you've noticed?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to talk about my results with Transform because I've had kind of a really crazy time with it. So I've always known blood sugar was an issue with me because I would, first of all, was like so addicted to sugar. I wanted it all the time. I'd wake up in the middle of the night needing to eat. Most of the time I was like craving any sugar that was in the house. So I wore a blood glucose monitor for a few days without trying Transform just to see what would happen. What I saw was pretty crazy. Like my blood sugars were dropping down in the 40s at night. It was pretty insane. Like, and the alarms would go off. Same with the middle of the afternoon, just the times I would normally want sugar. However, once I started introducing Transform, my blood sugars just stabilized. I lost weight. My brain was clear. I had the most energy I have ever had. I wasn't needing to lay down and nap all the time. Like it was pretty great what happened. So in January, I was invited to go out to corporate and they gave us some awesome, they gave us some of the Activate, the new product. And it was pretty crazy what happened. I can't tell you all the things it does. You guys are going to have to wait. But I think I can say it's a drink, but anyway, I said it anyway. So you drink it in the afternoon. It not only helps with like craving, shall we say, it just is kind of like exponentially makes Transform like that much more effective, that much better, because we all know what Kate just said, which is amazing. All the medical terms she uses, she's so much smarter than me, but it's just so amazing what happens when we can get our blood sugar under control. So if you want in with this first round of testers, they're calling them, at the end of March, go back with the person who invited you. They will show you how to do that because it's going to be amazing.
Yes. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I am just like so excited to hear about everything that this new product does, and it's just so awesome to kind of think about it. So, but yeah, so thank you for sharing. And so I also wanted to invite you on to talk about a little bit about the business side and how people can join into this next wave of momentum that we're going to see. I know Transform was amazing, and so talk a little bit about that, and then what we're expecting with this new one coming out.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Kate. Here, I'm going to take her off and I'm going to add my slides here. So I have actually been in this industry now for almost a decade. It's pretty crazy. I have devoted the last 10 years of my life. I was a third grade teacher. So if there's any teachers in here, put it in the comments. It's a great profession, but it doesn't pay very well. So my husband was a youth pastor. I was a teacher, and we were just kind of making enough to make ends meet. And so Christmas was coming. I did not want to put it on a credit card. And so I just said, listen, I think I could do a little bit of this, make enough money to pay for Christmas, and then quit. Because like Kate, I kind of had the mindset, people don't make money in network marketing. However, I started making more in network marketing than I did teaching. So I continued on. And then 2 years into it, I was able to quit my teaching job to stay home with my first daughter when I got pregnant. And then I was 7 years in, hit the top of that company. But 2 years ago, I saw a compensation plan over here at Trinot that just could not be ignored. Like I couldn't say no to. So one of the things, I left a team of over 2,000 people at my former company. But one of the things that I love as a leader in this industry is the simple systems that are already in place to help anyone succeed. I love Kate's story because she came in here. She had no experience with network marketing, and she has been so successful. And part of it is because of simple systems, like for instance, this Facebook group called the Ripple Effect. This is an old picture, but we have over 130,000 members now, and that's associates, customers alike, that just go in there and they share their stories. So you as a new associate, you don't have to be an expert. You can go in and you could share the stories that are in this group with people to show them how effective our products are. Another thing that I love is that we have a really awesome Jeep program. Kate drives a Jeep, I drive a Jeep, my parents drive a Jeep, plus hundreds of others on my team drive free Jeeps paid for by Trinot. And one thing I love is that it is on one of the first levels. You earn this Jeep stipend. So when I came in, my husband had totaled our car recently. We are not a one-car family. We have 2 little kids. I'm very busy. My husband's very busy. And so we were down to 1 and we were kind of wondering what to do. So I earned my Jeep stipend in just a few days. So a weekend, I was actually at the Jeep dealership picking out my Jeep, and Trinot has paid for that payment ever since, and I absolutely love it. This is the compensation plan that brought me here to Trinot. I'm not going to take the time to explain every little detail of this, but what I do want you to know is that that green bar is the minimum. That's the base pay you earn at every level. So I want to direct your attention to the sapphire level. That's that blue level towards the middle. If you look, that green bar says 5K, that $5,000 US, that's the minimum you're going to make. That's not what average people make in this. No, that's the minimum. And then you are able to have a secondary spouse account as well. So my spouse doesn't do anything with the business, but I have an account under his name. I'm able to run it just like I would run my own, but then funnel things through that. So I get pretty much double paid on the same volume. So that account hit Ruby. That's $2,000 base pay. Plus I get all those bonuses. So can I just tell you, my paychecks were dwindling in my former company, but I earned 10 times the amount that I had earned the month previous at my former company, my very first month here. It's crazy that people can come in and earn the kind of money that they're earning here. The compensation is really great. Plus, if you love to travel as much as me, we have incentive trips, many of them every year. I just got back from a cruise with Trinot, which was super, super fun. I always like to end showing my before and after picture. I had a baby in 2020. I had some health issues, very sick. I gained 70 pounds. I thought it was baby weight, but really it was DoorDash weight. I don't know if any of you can relate to that during 2020, but I was actually really relieved because I was so sick during my pregnancy. I was actually relieved that no one was asking me to go anywhere or do anything. So I was laying on the couch and eating DoorDash. So I gained a ton of weight. I had my baby and realized, oh no, this isn't baby weight. And so I did everything that I normally would do to lose the weight, but I also was almost 40. So I was dieting, exercising, all the things. Nothing was working. But what I didn't realize is I needed to get my gut healthy. I need to go get down to the root cause of the issues my body was dealing with before I could lose that weight. So I did. And as you can see, I ended up losing it plus some. Plus with Transform has been awesome. And then I always like to show this picture of Kate's mom. She's awesome. Her name's Karen. And she is going through the big M word. For those of you women in your 50s, you understand that, or maybe 40s. And I actually met her at the gym. She's super active, very healthy, but she just had about 10 extra pounds she wanted to get rid of, and Transform helped her do that as well. And she feels awesome. So if you're like, okay, I'm in, what do I need to do to get in front of a product like the one we're talking about right now? Is such a big deal. You always hear the phrase ground floor opportunity. This is more than that. This is getting in front of a product that's about to go viral, that's about to take off. I can say that with confidence because it happened with Transform. It came out in October. It's gone out of stock 3 times. Thank God we are back to levels of stock now, but it has gone out of stock over and over again because it truly is helping people with their blood sugar. This next product that we're about to launch, Activate, it is going to do the same thing except for better because people already know how well Transform works. And this is just going to exponentially blow it up. So if you're at a place where you're like, I am ready to do this thing, all you need to do is go back to the person who invited you, grab one of our bundles, or you can create your own even, and then you can join us. And then you'll be one of the first people to get this product at the end of this month, at the end of March. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kate, for giving us such amazing just medical terminology about what our blood sugar, why it's so important that we regulate it. Again, if you have any questions, if you need anything, just go and head back to the person who invited you to watch this. I know they would love to give you information. All right. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful evening. We'll